Oshkosh Media, opening access to local government on GovTV, providing a community voice on Life TV, and community-based radio on Oshkosh FM.
Welcome to Helping Hands with your hosts, John Neiman and Judy Ritchie.
Hello and welcome to Helping Hands. This is our opportunity to let you and the community know how you can lend a helping hand to an agency or a program in need. The basic concept of neighbors helping neighbors. I'm Judy Ritchie, Community Advocate.
And I'm John Neiman with Aurora Medical Center. And welcome to our wonderful November edition of Helping Hands. We're so glad that you could join us. We always want to make sure that we take the time to thank our sponsors who make this show possible for us. And our monetary sponsor, of course, is Aurora Healthcare, who has just been great with getting this show on the air for us. And then also our set design is by Harnix on 9th, and this really puts us in the mood for the Thanksgiving turkey, raking the leaves, all of that good stuff that comes with November. People always ask, where can you see us? Where can you hear us? Well, we are on the radio on 101.9 FM. You also can watch us on Oshkosh Media Life TV on Spectrum. Also, if you want to know the schedule for our show, because we just found out, hey, we've improved after 15 years, we're on 7 days of the week. So go to oshkoshmedia.org for a schedule of our program, but also all the other fine programming that there is with Oshkosh Media. Judy, would you like to introduce our two wonderful guests for today?
I would. They're very delightful ladies representing a very good program in the community. We've got Kathy Kahn and Sharon Keuler, and they are with the Christ Child Society. And with the Christ Child Society, they provide layettes and all sorts of things for young families, young mothers in need, along with a lot of other things. So, Kathy, you kind of want to give us a little bit of a history of the Oshkosh group?
Well, I haven't been with them but for 5 years, but we do a lot of layettes, like you mentioned. And
could you tell us, like when I came to Aurora and they said they had layettes for me, I was like, what's a layette? So, what is a layette?
Well, the layettes are their blankets and their onesies and their baby bottles and burp cloths and blankets and quilts and anything that a new mother needs to get started with her new child. Many of them come to people that really can't afford a lot. Sharon, tell them.
And Sharon is co-president of Christ Child Society. How long have you been co-president?
This is my 5th year.
5th year.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
But she's been with Christ Child for 15.
Yeah, I've been with Christ Child actually 19 years.
19.
Our group is 20 years really. Our group is will be 20. It was just 21 years old.
So you're almost like a charter founding member.
Close, very close, but not quite. So.
And you know, Sharon, I'm sorry. I'm watching your face, and you look so nervous. But there's another reason you're here, which you don't know about. But it has to do with that young lady right there. We started a special award with Oshkosh Media and the Friends of Oshkosh Media, and it's called the Community's Unsung Hero Award. And you were nominated and you were chosen to be our unsung hero for the Oshkosh community for the month of November.
Oh, thank you.
That is primarily why you're here, even though we're going to talk about the Christ Child Society. And we didn't know how to get you on TV. Usually we go to the sites where the person is volunteering, but then you guys canceled your meeting, and we thought, how can we do this? So we worked with Lori, and Deb from St. Raphael's to get you on the show. So this is a certificate of appreciation that acknowledges that Sharon Keuler has been recognized as our Oshkosh Community Unsung Hero for the month of November.
Well, thank you very much.
And we have a little gift for you.
Thank you.
And I went through Judy's stash
Oh, yes.
that she gave me. And this is a volunteer charmer that says you're a 1 in a million volunteer.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
So, did we surprise you?
Yes, yes.
And I have another surprise, and that is the Sean Dockery Insurance Agency in town has been distributing these bracelets that are the kindness revolution and the difference that volunteers make in other people's lives and everything. So we'd like to present both of you on behalf of Sean a kindness
you.
bracelet.
Because what you do through your organization and through all of your efforts is kindness and showing kindness. And we're going to talk about you for a while, and then we'll go back to Christ Child, because we have a whole list of things about you.
Yes, and I started, when I was typing this up, it was like, she's only a 20-year member of the Christ Child Society. She's only the co-president for multiple terms. She's only been the treasurer, and she only chairs the Kid Stuff Committee. Okay, that's a start. She's the liaison with the Christine Ann Domestic Abuse Center, the Take 5 program, the Winnebago County Health Department with the Pack and Plays and other things. She manages the Christ Child Society Benevolent Fund. She's a member of the Spiritual Options Committee. She coordinates the annual Christmas party. She's been the Mary Virginia Merrick Award winner, 2010. She only volunteers at Bethel Home, St. Vincent de Paul, and the Salvatorian Mission Warehouse over in Chilton. New Holstein. She only does those things. She minimizes what she's doing. She's making a huge impact.
And that's why you are perfect for this award, because we started the award in March of this year, and we go every other month. And every single person that we gave the award to has been just like you, humble, saying they don't deserve it, saying there's other people out there, but that's why you're getting this award. And I have to tell you how this happened too, because Kathy was in my office, and we send out the information to people, to different agencies, and I did send it to Christ Child Society, and I said to Kathy, do you know of anyone, and your name, Kathy, your name was the first thing that popped out of her mouth. And she started the process going with Lori, but this is what it's about. We really want to recognize you. We call it the Unsung Hero Award because you do your job, and you do it well without seeking recognition. And
Thank you so much.
And we just really want to recognize you.
I don't know what to say.
And we just keep hearing your name over and over again from not just people in the Christ Child Society, but people in the community, people that you don't even realize the difference that you've made in their lives. And for that, you really deserve the recognition, and especially because you don't want it.
Especially then I talked to Deb at St. Raphael's, trying to say, and she goes, Sharon, I know Sharon. we usually, like I said, we've been to the Boys and Girls Club, we've been to Aurora, we've been to Mercy.
We did Ann Hoke, who works at
United
Way,
Way,
but is with the Vietnam Vets of America, the auxiliary.
So we've gone there and we've taped. This is the first time that we're doing it on our show, which I love, because it's and I could just see how nervous, because you already said you were nervous to be on our show, but you're doing fine. But we really, this is an honor, and we really do think that you deserve it. So,
well, it's an honor for me. Thank you so much.
Is there anything you want to say to our audience out there?
Just that, like you said, there's so many people involved in all these different organizations. I'm just a cog in the wheel.
Notice as I was going through my spiel, I'm just.
Yes.
And having worked with volunteers for a good portion of my life, we hear that so often. I'm only a volunteer. I just volunteer a couple of hours. And you don't seem to get it that you're making a big difference to somebody. some of the organizations would not exist without the time and the effort that you put in, how you present it to the community. That's how you get new members. It's your energy and enthusiasm.
And what you're doing. And we just, volunteers are so important, and that's why I wanted Kathy on the show too, because I thought there's a witness that Kathy is alive right here on the show, so you can't do anything to her when we're done. But I think it's a great honor to have people respect you that much. And so we're very happy that you're on our show. And now we are going to talk about the Christ Child Society, because to tell you the truth, until I started at Aurora 15 years ago, I didn't know what the Christ Child Society was. And what you guys do and what you guys offer is so important to hospitals, but it also to the spiritual work that I do as the chaplain. The little
the
preemie outfits, plus the little the little things that you do in gold. I've used those for baptisms when I baptize a child, whether the child has passed away or not, and that is a keepsake for the parents. Even I use the little cloths as a baptismal cloth, and then they have that. That means so much, and I really want to thank you for that, because the Christ Child Society really means a lot to those who need it.
Well, in the families that are going through that horrible period of time and not really getting a chance to hold a live baby, to have something. And what I've heard is John is very generous in allowing them 2 little outfits, because then they've got one that goes with the baby and one that they get to keep. And
that's nice to hear.
It is. And especially our nurses. I remember when we first started this, our nurses said, we are not going to put that child in just a blanket. We're not going to do that. And then your supplies came along, and they have an outfit, and they have a special blanket, so they know that that child, when it has to go to, if it does go to the funeral home, it's in something special. So it is. Yeah, I talk a lot, don't I? I mean,
I know.
But I tell
I know.
I tell Judy how important the group is.
Well, and I know that. And I've been kind of going through my stash of the nicer fabrics and things, and I told John one of these days I was going to start making some too, because it's always been in the back of my mind. So it does, it really truly does make a difference. And then it was brought home even more so it's more than a couple of years ago now, when my granddaughter had a miscarriage, and what they went through. So again, you're not seeing those families, but you're making a world of difference to them. And so we're talking the sad stuff, but the good stuff, and the quilts and things. I have a neighbor who's tying the quilts. She's legally blind and hits those centers dead on, Jeannie. And she gets such joy out of doing that, because the things that you guys are doing, she's not able to because she doesn't see well enough. So you each are doing your own thing, you're making a difference, but you're also providing good opportunities for your members.
Now, can you tell us, where does all of your items go, like the layettes? Where do they all go, besides Aurora?
To Mercy, Theta Clark, Bella Medical. When they need one, they go possibly the Winnebago
County Health Department.
We send sometimes, I don't know if you've ever heard of La Clinica. It's a clinic out in Watoma. Occasionally they need a layette or 2. Sometimes they'll take a whole bunch if she has them ready. And
that's pretty much.
I think it covers.
So that's for
and maybe just a special. Maybe somebody will call church and say, someone had a baby that. So
passed. Those layettes are meant for the people in need.
Right.
But tell us what else you do, then, besides the layettes, which we get. I want to say, boy and girl.
Correct.
You do that really, really well, the boy and the girl, and then you also do preemies.
Yes.
Yes. So
there seems to be more of a call for those in the in this past year. So our lady in charge of that is making many more many more. Of
So
those.
on the screen right now, these are what you can always use as donations,
Right.
correct?
Those are the things that we have to go out and purchase. A lot of the things we mentioned, the sweaters, the quilts,
The blankets,
uh,
bib cloths we make.
receiving blankets.
We'll sew.
A lot of those are just.
I can't imagine you
Donated.
sewing, Kathy.
No.
She's a lovely soul.
Yes, she has some items in our gift shop, and they go really well, and they're unique. Very nice.
Yeah.
So if somebody
Yeah, she
wants to physically donate the items, how should they do that?
They can call St. Raphael's Church
Okay.
because that would be the easiest,
Okay.
and that would be probably the
That's
best
probably
way to
the
call,
best.
ask.
Because
And they're
then-
very
Yeah.
open to us.
Because
and
that's where you hold your meetings.
that's
Right,
where they
right.
yeah, it's not that they necessarily sponsor us, but they have been over the 20 years left us use their space, and because everybody is welcome. It doesn't matter what it's an ecumenical group.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, now, obviously you need money and you have a fundraiser, a nice, beautiful one in September, Shower of
It's
Love.
our shower of love.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That's a fun thing because we will sell tickets, but we have raffle boxes, so you can buy tickets for the raffles. And then we always have a speaker. And this year we had Pastor Tom.
Willitson.
Yeah.
Who we all know in this community.
was
Retired from the
wonderful.
First
We had a
Presbyterian
good
Church.
time with him. He really did a good thing. And that is one of our big things, is our shower of love. The other one we have, which is coming up in November, is our bake sale. All of our members will bake.
Who does not love that?
I know.
There's not too many big sales anymore.
No.
No.
This is,
And when you say that too, some people's idea of a bake sale is going to the store and getting stuff.
Yeah.
But you mean bake sale.
Homemade.
the old-fashioned
Yes.
bake
Yeah.
sale. Yes.
Yep, the good stuff. So that's coming up in November. And again, it's going to be at St. Raphael because they allow us to sell our things there. So, yeah, so that's our second big
Do you have, I'm not going to
fundraiser
put you on the
coming
spot,
up.
and I am. Do you have the date for that or no?
The
Otherwise,
10th and 11th of
Oh.
November.
oh,
Yeah.
So,
We have it after the Saturday night mass, and then after all masses on Sunday.
so part of the month that this is aired, there will be opportunity to get over there. After
Which
that,
is
it's,
nice.
geez, sorry folks, you have to watch for
Yep.
us next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's really nice, though. I mean,
Yeah.
and that just that's fellowship, and it brings people together too. So, is there anything, because I can't believe our time is going
Yes.
this fast. Is there anything you want to say about the Christ Child Society or what you do, or anything to our audience?
We are open to new members at any time. We usually meet, I would say we always meet, on the third Saturday of the month at
Okay.
9:30 in the morning at St. Raphael.
See, and you just speak. We have a wonderful crew. It's right on the screen for them.
There you go.
9:30 at St. Rave's. And if people do want more information, they can call St. Raphael's.
Sure, that would be, and they can refer a call to one of us.
Right.
And I do want to say, because Judy used to say this too, is sometimes when your kids are grown, it's kind of fun to go shopping for baby items. You know?
Well, with Altrusa, we supported the Bella Medical Clinic a couple of different times. And with our district conference a few years ago, we did a shower. And so it was ladies from all over the Midwest. And the amount of things that came in with that baby shower that went over there was just amazing. So, yeah, retirement and
And
finding all those things.
I do want to commend again Sharon and Kathy for being here representing the Christ Child Society. And I also want to take this time again as we're wrapping down to say congratulations to Sharon Keuler, who is our November 2018 Community Unsung Hero.
And
Thank
we'd
you
like
so
both
much.
of you to be kind to Lori.
Yeah, now we have to.
Yeah,
give
now
us
you
a
have to have the
bracelet.
wonderful bracelet.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being with us, and stay tuned, and we'll be back for our second segment of our November edition of Helping Hands.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's not a charity, it's more than a charity. It's about helping people we live with. It's about being the type of person that the 6-year-old version of ourselves wanted us to be. It's about community and looking out for one another. It's about money, yes, but it's so much more than money. It's about friendship and common values. It's about opening doors when others are slammed shut. It's about giving kids a place to be kids and growing up knowing they live in a community that cares about them. It's about making sure that everyone gets to see the dentist, because we want to make sure that they have every last tooth in those smiles. Ultimately, that's it. It's about the smiles, old smiles and new smiles. It's about us, all of us, our community living united, because great things happen when we live united. Will you join us?
Hi, and welcome back to our second segment of our November edition of Helping Hands. This is our November show, but I am just in awe of Sharon's humbleness.
Well, in November is Thanksgiving, and it was a great way to say thanks to Sharon for all she does.
Yes.
And her surprise and her humble gratitude of the honor, just very heartwarming.
I wanted to go longer in the segment before telling her, but I kept looking at her face and thinking.
And she was getting stressed.
Yeah, thinking we got to tell her. But again, for the community, if you have someone that you think is a community unsung hero, please send the information to me. You can call me at 456-7013 or john.neiman@aurora.org, or contact Judy
at judy.richey@aim.com. What we're looking for are the folks that are not always the one in the spotlight. They are the ones who kind of want to be the worker bee without all the attention. Mm-hmm. And there's lots and lots of those wonderful people out there.
Yeah, so please send them in, because the next time we'll give out this award is January, 2019. So please, if you know of someone, contact us. This is the time that we always talk about what's going on in our community, and we have a lot to talk about.
We do. The 11th and 12th of November, so most of the month will be over with already after this. But on the 11th and 12th, we're doing our annual gift and craft sale at Aurora. And we've got some new vendors this year and lots of really beautiful items.
And I want to say that event is volunteer driven, with Judy leading it, and our friend Carlene and other people. But the unique thing about the event is that you'll see that on Monday morning it starts at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Why do we do that?
We do that. Well, we actually have hours on Sunday, and we're open to the public the whole time. We have Sunday hours for the weekend staff. We start at 6 a.m. on Monday to catch anybody from overnight or coming in for first shift, and then we go till 3 in the afternoon. So we will have gotten weekend as well as the whole first day of the new week.
Right, and this started out specifically to showcase our caregivers and the talents they have. And actually, this is our 15th year of doing it too. But now we just want it to be Aurora is part of the community event, and we open our doors, and there is no charge, no entrance fee.
The entrance fee to the public coming to attend.
Right.
The vendors pay a fee or a donation.
A donation.
And it's based on the Aurora employees and volunteers get a reduced rate. And from the general public, theirs is a little bit higher. We do not allow any party plan, any manufactured items. Everything needs to be handcrafted. And we think we've got a good selection. We screen it. Anybody that we're not familiar with their work needs to submit 4 photos. So we're very careful about it.
Right.
And we find that the staff and the volunteers at Aurora really like having that extra level of care of what we're doing.
Especially because then we're bringing in local artisans, local artists who have unique items.
Right.
So we really encourage you. I was just going to say it. This staff is great here at Oshkosh Media. Sunday, November 11th, 10 to 3. Monday, November 12th, 6 a.m. to 3 in our first floor conference room A and B across from our wonderful gift shop. I also want to say then that on the 14th of that month is our annual Christmas open house for our wonderful gift shop too. So our volunteers will be busy turning over the gift shop into a holiday land also on the 14th. So, and I know it's Thanksgiving, but all of this stuff comes really, really fast, and you want to take advantage of it. Let's talk about saving lives.
We do. We have a blood drive again at, I forgot the date, 27th, isn't it?
Yes.
On November 27th. And again, it'll be in the conference room. Walk-ins are always welcome. I think pretty much every drive this year, we've exceeded goals.
The last drive, we really exceeded the goals. So there's a lot of pressure on us for this one, especially because it is November, but again, it's right after Thanksgiving. So we all really should be grateful for what we have.
Right.
And for all those people, probably including our own relatives who've been in the hospital who've had blood transfusions. So.
Well, and we talk about the blood drives and the frequency of them and everything, but the need for blood is always there. And when we think about all of the disasters that we've had in the South this year and the impact that has had on blood, blood donations. And the other thing, and I always knew it, but it didn't really strike home until I read an article not too long ago of what the quote-unquote shelf life of donated blood is. So if it's not used in that particular amount of time, it has to be destroyed. So that constant replenishing is really, truly vital.
Right. So we encourage you, if you can't make Aurora's blood drive on November 27th, please check out other blood drives in our wonderful community. And I think there's a couple more events we're going to talk about that happen in December.
Well, one would be the, let's see, we've got the hat, glove, or hat, mitten, scarf tree in the cafeteria. And that is a really good opportunity, not only for the employees to bring the things in, but anybody that's visiting family or looking for someplace that they can be donating. We see in our church, but you don't think in terms of a healthcare facility having that.
And the need, like we said, the need is always there. The reason that we do it at Aurora in December through mid-January is because the kids are going to come back from their Christmas vacation.
And no mittens, no scarves, because they've lost them over Christmas break.
So we tend to collect them, and then we give them out to the schools that are in need, and there are plenty of schools in need. So come to our cafeteria during the month of December. Anything else, Judy?
We've got coming up in January the CNA training, and you might want to tell a little more about that.
Yeah, so the next class is January 2nd through the 29th. So for more information on that too, just give myself or Judy a call, because our time is running out here. We're so glad that you could be with us. We're so thankful to have you as an audience, to have the Oshkosh Media crew, to have our sponsors, and we just want to wish you all a very blessed and safe Thanksgiving season.
Well, again, we're so grateful for the community, for the support, the volunteers that we work with.
So
thank you.
Thank you. Have a great holiday.